sorry, I thought it was spam. I didn't know it was you.
Hello.
Hello. Let's go, beautiful. You happy with your phone?
I can't hear you. Let me put up speaker. Okay, now I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, guess what room I'm in?
Your room.
No.
You're in the living room, I think. I hear you stomping around.
No.
I don't know then.
I am outside.
Oh, I did not know that.
No, Susan. Talking to Mom. She's fixing up the yard. Mowing grass out of the ground. She says this. Does this mean I can go to the park by myself?
Dad, you can't go completely by yourself. Daddy would have to walk you there, and I would still want Nico with you in case something bad happened, you know?
Yeah, if we went out. If me and Nico went out by ourselves, I could call you when we're coming back home. Or when we're leaving. Dad, the thing is, you never answer. You never answer. Okay, I gotta hang up. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, I love you.
Okay, there it is with a bigger text message, and now if we shift this to the right side, just like that we can see, yep, the size is pretty much.
Alright, so right now we're discussing the story. So our artist, Mochi, pitched basically an idea to change the name of the game from Unleashed to Back to the Pack. Hold on, let me do something about this music. It's too loud. To Back to the Pack. Change it to a story about a wolf and her cub, so a mama and a baby rather than an owner and a pet. Basic, and then like a story of a flood, and they have to stay close to one another and basically find a family of wolves. To which I said, my first thought on that was like, there's the leash, but then what about the leash, right? Like, I guess it is symbolic, so it doesn't really matter. Here, let me get through explaining it so I can have this for if I edit this video later. My first thought was like, my first thought was like, it would look weird then to like have two wolves leashed together. I'm thinking now though that like it's a symbolic connection, so it doesn't really matter. But I did start working on a dialogue system and a rope that would, you know, would actually be the thing between them, and I thought I could put like some particles or something on that. And I think the dialogue at least definitely goes out the window if we do two wolves. So I'm putting a pause on doing the dialogue for now. But my counter was, okay, beforehand our story was this. It's an owner and their pet. They're walking through the woods, you play the pet, you're on this leash, you can't go too far from your owner, it gets dark and fades out, At the end, the owner dies, and the pet sits next to the owner, and it's a sad ending. Or the pet chooses to break the tether and leave the owner. They break their connection. So one of two endings. That was the original idea. So I responded saying basically, hey, we already put a lot of work into this leash thing. Maybe we should, maybe we could work elements of that in though. So what if you place a wolf cub on this leash and you walk with your owner? The owner could be telling a story about how she found you as a wolf cub, washed up on the beach or whatever. Tells a story about a huge flood. Shares some anecdotes. We can do all this through the dialogue. Eventually you come to a cave. She wants to enter, but it looks dangerous. She enters and you follow because you're inseparable. Eventually the cave starts to rumble and there's a cave-in, gravely injuring her owner. She's buried and now the leash is just leading to a pile of rubble. And then behind you there's a family of wolves in the cave staring at you. At this point you get one of two endings, depending on whether you walk towards the rubble or the wolves. So if you walk towards the rubble, the wolf plays a laying down animation, fade to black, the end. If you walk towards the wolves, the tether breaks, fade to black, the end. I think that is a good merging of the two concepts, and so now we're sort of discussing where we want the what we want the story to be.
Hey everyone.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
not bad.
That's good, that's good. Oh man. It's up like, what, 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I saw you were. I thought I was the last one up at like 2, except for Dex, and then I saw this morning that you were you were still going.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Going strong. I was working on the UI and stuff, and I'm gonna finish that hopefully later today. I should be done like in a few hours, so man. But yeah.
Right on.
Mhm. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, definitely think we should discuss like what needs to happen with the story aspect of our game, and feel free to share your input, your thoughts, and everything. I'm not much of like a story like teller or like writer. I know Mochi's really good at that. She's an author, she's a writer, so like she'll definitely have her own input, and feel free, Coyote and Dex, to say like what you want to see, in terms of like story and like what mechanics you can, do in a feasible amount of time. Yeah.
Personally, like at this point, I think, like, I could be wrong. If I'm not sure if Dex is here right now, but I got the impression I got yesterday was that like, by today he wanted the mechanics to be finalized, and like, my main concern, like I said before, is just always harmony between the mechanics and the story, right? Like they should reinforce one another. So we'll see. Like I personally, I think it's a little late to start adding any new mechanics at this point. Like last night we had talked about a little bit about a dialogue system, so I'm working on that now. It's like because I know we're gonna need to tell a story in some way, right? Because it is a story-based game basically. So like like I that'll be there for whatever we decide.
But the problem is we didn't start with the story. So I feel like now we're trying to wrap the story around the mechanics we have in place.
So originally yesterday, I'm not. Maybe you weren't here for this part, but I had thought the story was. I had thought we were relatively in agreement that the story was a story about two inseparable things. The mechanic would be based around a leash between these two things, and then we sort of pushed the ending off, right? We were like, we'll. Oh, whoops. Am I?
Different things, because that's more so like the mechanics, like they are bounded by this leash. I
Yeah,
mean, that is a story in itself too. They are physically bounded by this leash, and the mechanics is like if you stray too far, then the screen turns black, and that's fine. Like we don't want to change like the mechanics you have in
that
place.
Yeah,
mechanics.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't either.
I don't think we
Yeah.
need to change the mechanics. I think
don't
it's
think we
really
need to
the
change
story
it.
at this standpoint. Like we need to tie that in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly,
that
like-
won't really change anything, because it's still two elements walking with each other or whatever, and what's it called? It's still the same kind of end goal, and so I think all we need to do is like come up with
So,
this
like,
kind of
dialogue.
the
Yeah.
dialogue. I was just thinking, like, okay, so if it is wolves or whatnot, it could be, since join together could be like a lot of things. I was thinking maybe we can incorporate that with a rival pack. So there would be either two wolves, and they would have been fighting in the beginning. I'm kind of working on that rough draft right now, just to see what it would look like. But what's it called? They would be fighting in the beginning, like in a drawing, and then the rain had washed them away, and together they need to get back to their packs. So it's kind of like, in a sense, two people coming together. Well, they're wolves, but two people coming together for the greater good, to get back, joining as one.
So
And then in the end,
there is the one. I will say the one advantage to going all wolf is that we have a wolf sprite already. Like
that is so true. We'll just duplicate that and make it like
make it
black
red.
or-
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
red. Yeah, that's what I'm
Just
thinking.
change the color, and then Dex already has the one wolf, and I guess instead of like the human, like
Duplicate
the wolf following the human, you can input the
rep-
other sprite.
Direct.
here, I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay,
Well, let me take a picture of this. This is perfect.
that's a good idea, Mochi. Yeah, I think it would make sense too, for sure. And yeah, we already have the wolf sprite, so that can save time on animations, and basically like it would just be like uploading that sprite to what we already have, so we don't have to change the mechanics at all. It would just be uploading another wolf.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah, I like the idea of them being like rival packs. Feel free to anyone to jump in, Matcha, Dex. So I like that idea.
I sent a picture of what I'm referencing.
Oh,
That would be like
be cool.
that would be the first. What's it called? That would be the first screen. Like they're bitter.
Oh, they're fighting. Okay.
Yeah, and then the raging water, the flood would take them. Puppies! Oh, they're so
There you
cute.
go. You could just
Look at
change
that, we
the
have a whole
colors.
pack.
That's so true.
Oh, look at them! I like the red one.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
they
That looks
could
really
be a
good.
whole like squad just running together.
Rules.
Squad. But yeah, I think it should be back to our pack.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good title. I'm gonna write it in the chat so that we
Oh
have.
yeah, I put it.
Oh, you already wrote it. Okay, cool.
Because like
Alright,
then
kind of like unpacked or something.
unpack would be cool too.
We have like unleashed right now, but it could be like unpacked because now the wolves are. No, are they still wolves? Or
Yeah,
are
definitely.
they dogs?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, I think we're back to wolves. We went from wolves to dogs to wolves to dogs. Oh wait, I guess they're dogs. Wolf dogs. There you go.
It's a image. Yeah, that can be like the game can start. It could fade into that,
Good
and then
boy.
fade out to like the gameplay, I guess.
A good boy.
Mhm.
All right. So this is my image right now. He's a little chunky, but I think he looks like he's about to fight somebody. Oh yeah, there we go. No,
It's really good.
and it'll be silhouettes. It'll be like darkness and stuff.
Oh, it'll be dark. Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing the flood happened at night, and then what's it called? They wake up in the morning or whatever. It starts in the morning.
Drawing, it's so cute. But it's like your stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
You
like
what?
that. That's
Oh,
good.
I love it.
Huh?
That's really good.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. Bad rival wolf. Maybe they're wolf pack leaders or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so
I will say
we can
this.
have
Oh, sorry.
that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go for it.
So if we do go all wolf, also, I think the story then is not told through dialogue. It's told through
Narration.
just visuals. Like, yeah, like I mean,
true.
if you want to do like some setup single frames in the beginning to like the one you put there. Beautiful picture, by the way.
Yeah.
Like and we could put text under that if you feel like you need to, like if you don't have enough frames to convey the full whatever. But like,
Yeah, the story.
it could just be a few frames, and then the rest of the game, the rest of the story is told through the gameplay purely. We don't even need the dialogue system. In which
That'd
case,
be pretty useful.
hold on one second. Sorry.
Okay.
What's up?
Did you walk away with my vape present?
I don't think so. Maybe if it is, it's up there in our room.
Where am I gonna put the other wolf coming at this other guy? Oh, underneath him, yes.
All right, hold on.
Kinda
I'm
like-
coming.
I don't know. It's
Let's
kind of
see.
like
Ooh,
or
wolf's coming.
something better, but something along those lines.
Wolf bound. Ooh, it's cute.
Like something bound, or I don't know.
River sounds would be great because we have like a little river happening.
I'm sure there's some open source website, or even I bet you can go to YouTube and type in peaceful river noises and then rip
Yeah.
something off of YouTube. I did that once. I had a game where I did a game once where it was I forget what the theme of the game jam was, but the idea was it was just a bunch of prompts like you open the, and then you could type into a little bar and you would have to say door, and then it would move on to the next visual and the next visual and next visual, and eventually it started raining and shit got crazy, and but for the rain stuff I just ripped it right off of like a go to sleep, it's peaceful nighttime YouTube
Oh my
sounds.
god! Like Reiki.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's the best way to get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'll be cool having some sounds in there. Yeah, river sounds. What else? Black
Very
green. Okay.
scenic.
Yeah.
Maybe like a occasional bird
Occasional bird.
in the
Yeah.
distance,
Oh yeah, that'll be cute.
like forest ambiance.
Okay.
It could be a very like.
Yeah. You can just hear the sound of the bird. Like it doesn't have to like show up or anything.
Mm-hmm. It could be a very audible game with visuals.
Yeah. You're awesome, Margie. Like, oh my gosh.
I also, can someone draw some nice clouds for my cloud system? They're just a bunch of like rectangles right now.
You got it. What kind of clouds do you want? Do you want
Just,
like the foamy
big.
one?
I don't care if that you can. That's up to you. That's artist interpretation on that. You can go, you know, swirly, foamy, spirally. I do think. Actually, Dex had said that the sprites were pretty big compared to the scene. So if you just draw them at normal size, like a little bit bigger maybe than a player character, I want them to be big so there can be less of them, because I'm destroying them over time, not necessarily space. So like basically Dex is gonna make a level, right? That's basically a long walk, and I don't know how long that's gonna be, and I don't want there to have to be so many clouds on the screen that it crashes the game if it's really long. So bigger is better, I would say.
Okay, I'm gonna send this. I don't know if you would want it to be like a... Okay, I'm just gonna send this and tell me if you...
Sure.
Would you want like...
Oh, people are typing in the chat. I didn't notice this. What Dex is saying.
Things like that, or would you want like actual drawn cloud, like...
Did you just make this in some software?
There's a cloud brush in Procreate.
That's fine with me. I think that looks great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That worked. Oh shoot!
I thought you like went off the internet to just be like, oh, like here's an example of what I would draw. That's so good.
It's
that
actually
works so well.
great. I'll send you what Procreate has. It's a revolutionary. Here we go. I actually lost that
like,
one, unfortunately. So I'm gonna send you. Would you like a bunch of them, or would you like 2, or?
I would say give me at least 3 would probably be good. The more like, I was waiting to get the sprite to see what like you know, how I should do the generator that randomly makes them. Because like, you know, if it's a bunch of real small ones or a bunch of real swirly ones, it might not look good to have hundreds of them on top of each other. But the more ball-like or like generally like puffy they are, the better, because they can just go over top of each other without looking weird.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
I will say one thing though, there's like some transparency in this. Will that, when you send this file, Dex will figure that out. He knows how to use Unity. Like, I couldn't figure. That's why I have the rectangles right now, because I could not figure out how to get Unity to like recognize the transparent part of the PNG files that I had pulled in for an example.
Oh, frick.
The alpha.
Let's see.
So I saw the alpha setting, but it's just a binary setting. Like there was nothing for me to like, no color for me to select. Although maybe it's a float. Okay.
Oh wow.
But that would make would that not, I assume it's a number between 0 and 1 as a float, and that it you know, the closer to 0, the more transparent. But won't that do it to the whole image and not just the
Forgot to answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you select a color like that. So I'll need the RGB value of it.
The one on the. Okay, I see it.
I'm guessing what Dex is saying from this, I could be misunderstanding though, is that you select the one color in the PNG file that you'd want to be transparented. But it looks like you'd have to either like perfectly match it on this color wheel or know the actual RGB value, which I can get from like a...
Would you want the clouds on one spreadsheet?
No, because the clouds aren't going to be animating. They'll just be single frames.
Perfect. Okay, I'll be sending them right now.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Oh, they're just gonna be like passing by.
It's gonna look misty. Okay, here comes one. Did it come? Did I send it to the wrong place? I sent it to the
Yeah,
wrong
I'm not
place.
sure, Dex. I think it would probably just be full image transparency. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that was
I'm
that
working
was
with
something
some
I thought
POVs.
too, because this cloud has a lot of like gradient transparency. It looks like in it, so I'm not sure how you need it. But that's I'm sure there's a way to do it, and I'm sure Dex can figure it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Let me know. I can do a solid cloud. But if this one works, then I'll just send the. I had made 4 of them.
I think we'll start with this and let you know if we need a solid cloud instead.
All right, no problem. I'll send you 4 of them because I mean they take 2 seconds to make.
Nice.
Okay, and then this one. 2 clouds. 3 clouds. There we go.
Awesome. Okay.
See,
We
there's.
got some clouds, and let's see.
Do we need other textures? There's like the ones I sent you. There's this grass. Let me just send it so you can see what it looks like.
Where are you sending these? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. They went to the.
Oh yes, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking in the wrong
Oh,
thing.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm a
wondering
boomer
that
and I
too.
can't use Discord for
Yeah.
shit.
So we have that.
Yeah.
We have the. Ooh, this is nice. Oh, no, it's actually not nice. Never mind. Forget it.
That looks great.
Ooh, we have
Looking at the
grass.
clouds right now.
Do we want grass? Wait, hold on. Let me send this. Frick.
I know Matcha was working on.
Yeah,
Piles
Matcha was
and
doing
trees?
some bushes, trees. She puts or she. I can't remember. Sorry. There's at least.
It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Oh.
You're good.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of M names floating around.
There is. I noticed that. I was like, hey.
But also, there could be a difference between like foreground and background grass. Also, like if we
Here,
wanted
I've
to
got
use
some-
two.
I've got some pretty choppy grass coming up. Maybe it should be blue so it can look like darkness. Hold on. I'll send 2 of them or something. I'll just send 1. Oh, hold on. Here it comes.
Yeah, feel
It's
free
called-
to add to the forest stuff. I shifted to the cave, so yeah. If you want to add any more to the forest, go for it, or anything else. It's cool.
I do like the idea of the game ending in a cave, but also I'll let Dex weigh in on what he thinks is doable for the ending and all that.
So there's that. I don't know if we want to put that in the all the way in the back. Those kind of crinkly things.
Yeah, and if for the next set of sprites, I can format them differently. I wasn't sure. Whatever is easiest.
That looks great. I love the tree shading. Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that looks awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the cute little stumpies. I love those. Okay, let me go back to what I'm trying to do with these.
That looks great.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Okay. Okay.
Oh, he speaks. Okay.
So the story the game will end in the cave. We'll begin with what Mochi you were saying with that that drawing you did of the wolf.
The wolf fights.
The wolf fight. Okay, and that can just be like a static image, and then
Mm-hmm.
it will fade into the the start of the game, basically, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll have the fight, and then we'll have the raging wave or whatever that I'm gonna draw to, so that it shows they were swept. It'll be 3, I think, screams. It'll be the fight. It'll be the it'll be a fight in the rain, and then the raging wave, and then the last one will be them getting swept away, and then the game will start with them at the foot of the river that we have in the game.
Okay. Okay.
And then they have to journey back together.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this wolf's face. There we go.
I will throw this out there about the story. I'm not married to anything. Like I have my preferences, but I'll do whatever. But I will say the idea of the game being named Unleashed and the leash breaking at the end is an idea that I very much like. I don't care how that happens or if anyone dies or anything like that. I just like the concept of it's a game, named Unleashed. You unleash the whole game. The leash breaks at the end. However, the story is built around that. I don't have super strong preferences for.
Oh well, we could. Okay, in the washing away scene, maybe these wolves have to be together because they are bound by rope.
Like literal rope, like they're actually literally physically bound together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can probably, with the sprite that we have for the wolf, I could draw the rope around the wolf so that when we have both wolves, we can see that they're actually, one kind of situation now that they're both, roped together.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
And then, they have to do it. They have to get back together because they're forced to be with each other. Then in the end, they with their packs.
Yeah.
So it can be like a physical link, but also like
spiritual, emotional,
spiritual, metaphorical link to
it could
two
be both.
different. Yeah. Okay.
It could be both.
Mm-hmm. Look at this guy's nose. This little guy's nose.
Actually, that gives me. I did see a literal tutorial that was so in the game. I think, right now it's just sort of a straight line, which works. But if we want it to read as an actual leash, I actually saw make a physics rope between attach it to two things tutorial. So what we could do is. It will still work exactly the same way, right? It'll still work exactly the way Dex programmed it with however he programmed the line between them and it getting darker and all that. But then we make that invisible, and that works invisibly, the line, and then the rope is just a visual representation of that.
I like that.
It might look a little weird at times when the end of like a rigid body physics rope is not 100% aligned with where the end of the line is, but whatever, because the real rope will not be literally getting longer and shorter, right? So but as long as the line is not so big, and I don't think it'll be the case, if anything it'll be the opposite, that when you got to the end of it, the physics rope would be stretching further than where the end of the line was, and it would look weird. But I could try that. Let's do that. That's something I could do today.
Okay, Dex is saying it can. Okay, he's worked with curve algorithms before. Can make rope curvy. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Curvy rope.
We're going to call the point.
If it's not too
And the rope segment is
complicated
going to contain
and
the current
doesn't take up too
position
much
and
of
the
your
old
time.
position
Yeah.
I know
in
you.
order to.
This
been
will
up
be
since
the
4,
so the, I'm not
so-
sure. Let me look up see how this tutorial actually works. But let's
Oh,
see.
okay, 10
So
minutes. Okay.
it's like a 10-minute tutorial. It's not too bad.
Okay.
Firstly, before we get into the code, I'll talk a
Right,
little
so
bit
the
about the
wolves-
basics of
Oh, that wolf
Verlet
is chunky.
integration. But
Oops.
before we talk
So
about Verlet
chunky.
integration, we're going to talk a little bit about
Yeah, this is that
holistic
stuff.
approach in
It's
simulating
literally a
physics.
formula right in the
So
beginning
the
that says
most
Euler
basic
integration,
approach
which
to
sounds like
applying
Oh.
motion
it is
to an
that stuff.
object
But that's
is
fine.
to
Like,
simply take
as
the
long as
current
all I
position
need to
of the
know is
object
I don't need
and
to know how
map
the
it.
underlying math works necessarily. You know,
Okay.
it could be like but that was the way it was with the shader, right? I have no idea what's really going on with it, but I know how to put it together and plug it in. So like,
Yeah.
as long as I can do that with this.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll see if I can get that like for like a smoother UI look for the main menu, like the lerp thing going. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, lerp
I'm like, I
is.
just.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's.
a lot different
Yeah.
in Unity.
I love it in Game Maker. It's so easy. You just put.
It is, yeah.
It's just
I
it's
did
just a
see that
one-line
too.
thing, and you just
One
put
line. Yep.
it by the yeah.
Yeah. One lerp like function. This is like
One lerp.
the one lerp. Yeah. So I'll see what I can do. If not, I can do. I think Unity. I'm starting to like kind of figure like where things are and stuff. They do have like animation. I forgot what it's called. But you can like I guess configure like animations with their like because they have like a button inspector. They have like a component you can add for animation, I believe. So
Okay.
I have to yeah, and I think you can like if you like hover over something, then it will like expand it or like there will be like some like kind of bobble like animation and stuff. So I'll see
Nice.
what I can do with that.
Yeah.
Animation controller. There we go. Thank you. I'm just like I forgot. Okay.
That is honestly, that's the other like big part to learning any new engine, and I'm very bad with it too. Like it takes like well, like very new to it, I should say, is like knowing the language of the thing. Like I know objects from Game Maker, right? But like and I know the concept of a controller and all that, but like I don't 100% understand the hierarchy of how to refer to something necessarily in Unity, especially if it's something in code. Like I don't know if it's is this an asset? Is this a element of this? Like learning that hierarchy is the most difficult part.
Yeah, for sure. Totally. No, I understand that completely. Like, yeah, just figuring where things go and like, if it needs like coding or scripting or an object, like, especially because with C# is more like object oriented.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
like...
Yeah, that's it. So like, I will basically. So a lot of my experience is like, I put a piece of code somewhere, it works, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna use that forever. And then very shortly, I found out, okay, you just can't put this wherever. Like,
No.
Right, you can, yeah. That's so true. Yeah, everything has like a system, a hierarchy. So yeah, I get it. I totally understand. But I mean, great progress so far. Like,
yeah, I think the mock-up that you did looks really good. Even if you don't get the lerp working and we just throw some particles or something on there, I still think it'll look really good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do like I'll work on the other screens. There's a lerp in Vector 3.
I heard you briefly discussing like setting up a controller, or sorry, like how is the player? I guess this is my question. How is the player interacting with the menu? Are they using their mouse to click on things, or are they using the up and down arrows to scroll through and select?
Yeah, you're using the mouse right now. I can see how to do it like with like the keyboard and stuff. I know it's going to be a little more complex with the function. I think it's like you have to set up like an array or something. Yeah, so I'll have to figure that out. But if I can do that. But right now, yeah, as the mouse, they're just clicking on things. And, if you like click on it, there's like, certain action or like it changes color or something. So I'm trying to add like, some little functionality, so it's not just static. Like it's not just you click and nothing happens, or you hover over something and nothing happens. So
Right.
yeah, like right now how I have it set up is you can like hover over the main menu, and particularly the option screen. If you click on it, it turns like blue when you hover over it, and then like it will go to the option screen, and you can adjust the volume. So that's what I have right now.
Nice. That is like if I was judging our game and I saw that there was a volume option, I'd be like, fucking right, because every game jam game is too goddamn loud. Like the bass volume is, for whatever reason, always insanely through the roof.
No.
Right. Exactly.
If you do, though, end up doing anything with arrays, a nice thing, I think this is how this works, but there's like a way in your script to like, you know where you plug all your variables in the inspector for the object that you put the script on. You can there's a way to like make the array a something you drag variables into like that. I thought it had to do with this like system serialized thing that you put at the top, but I'm not 100% sure. But I started the dialogue tutorial thing that I started doing had something like that, and it's super useful for visualizing what's in the array.
Gotcha. Okay, Dex is saying you said it as a global array. Okay. No serialization method needed. Okay.
Okay.
I'll definitely look into that. I'll definitely see if I can do that. Okay. All right. Cool. So, yeah, after I'm done with the other screens, I guess, try and fine tune that, and I can send what I have after.
Oh, nice, Margie put another forest ambiance track in the channel there. It's got the river noise and everything.
Okay, let me go check.
Got some birds.
Ooh, man, what a sync! So fast.
It's really good.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm loving that.
Yeah.
That sounds so nice.
Yeah, I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, I just had to listen to it. Take a second. It's gorgeous.
No, yeah, great job. Like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys are awesome, man.
Man.
So Dex is saying, should it be over the top / underneath the soundtrack? I guess there could be fade-ins and out of the music to where you're just hearing the sounds, or maybe both. I don't know. Underneath.
Underneath, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna need a thunderstorm for the beginning.
Oh, like a thunder sound, maybe, or do you want like?
If we can get like a thunderstorm, because like the raging wave happened because of the rain and all that.
Okay. Yeah, let me write down like the story, like I guess synopsis, so that we can all kind of.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have it written down, so I can.
Oh, you have it written down? Okay.
Well, I don't have it like digitally written down, but I have it written in a book. Okay, so.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try to stay up as late as I possibly can tonight. Also, Dex is saying, I feel like the polish face here.
Alright.
My kids are being super annoying.
Oh.
I'll be up late too. Yeah. I'll do some like stuff for school, but I'm gonna be up late for sure. I got like 4 projects due by Monday, so.
Oh no.
I probably won't sleep.
Yeah, I know. There's no time for sleep anymore.
Yeah, there really isn't like there's so much to do. Like not like with this, but like just in general.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, there's just too much to do.
yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. Exactly. Sleep is a choice.
Oh my goodness. So this is what I have. Here we go. Oh, little
Wow.
Sorry, little dogs.
I see the. Is that like that's the first image?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you'll see the water, like I think coming more or so,
Oh, okay, okay.
and then after it would be like them being swept away in a completely different looking screen.
Okay, okay. So, so it'll be the two wolves like fighting.
So yeah, what I
And
have is it's like thunder, lightning in the background. I didn't draw yet.
okay.
Raging water. The wolf
Yeah.
get washed away, and then have to. Oh yeah, there's like rope and oh, you know what? I'll put debris in the screen where they're getting washed away.
Okay.
So then one of the ropes could snag on both of them so that they can be tethered together.
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Since we want to keep the leash elements, we
Yeah.
can kind of domesticate them and have them be tangled in leash. So I can do that.
Okay. Alright, so two wolves fighting. I'm just gonna write like a really rough synopsis so that we can like reference. Okay, there's a flood.
I'll draw like some kind of lesser wolves in the distance so it looks like, the pack is having an argument.
Okay.
Ooh, you know what? Let me write the game description.
Okay, I was doing that, but you
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
you're probably better at it.
Oh,
I was just writing like the images first, like the start of the game. Like I have the two wolves from neighboring packs fighting. There is a flood, and the raging water sweeps away the wolves, also causing destruction.
So, are you talking about like for the page that we post this on, the description of the game? Okay.
Okay, never mind.
What I would say though is like I mean, it doesn't really matter, but personally, I feel like it's always good to describe your story as minimally as possible on the page, and then the game should tell you the story, right? Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to read something outside of the game to get it. But sometimes you have to because you just don't get as much done as you wanted to, and people and so to convey the concept, you have to do a little bit of legwork. Like yeah.
I just saw what you said there. Sorry. Okay, so unchecked raycast target. Okay. Only difference between iterations.
Ooh, that looks real nice with all the
because
bushes.
there's the exponential fallout. Oh, okay.
That's looking real good, by the way. That with all that foliage in there.
The foliage.
Amazing. That looks really awesome.
Also, just so you know, Dex, I just made the basics of the cloud generator. I didn't really put any I didn't really do any fine tuning. So like right now the clouds just create every 1.5 seconds, where I meant to make that random. I meant to make them they do move at different speeds. But I meant to fiddle with that and make it look nicer, but it should be pretty easy to fiddle with. Like there's a couple variables. You might want to put in a few more random things in there, but